Hey everybody, my name is Kelsey, and if you're into yarn and crochet and you want to see me do things with yarn and crochet, then feel free to subscribe and stick around. This week we're back to making garments like I typically do, but I'm going to take it a little bit easy this week because I've been sick for the past 3 days, and today I feel way better, but I still have a sore throat, so still not 100%, and then like there's a little bit of congestion in my nose. We're working on it. In the spirit of taking it easy this week, I'm going to make just like a cotton shirt because of course I still have cotton I need to get rid of. Even though I'm trying to get rid of acrylic to buy cotton, it's not this type. So I have two colors I'm going to use in the shirt this week. This is going to be the big twist in whatever the white color is called. This is olive green. I use this green to make the placemats. And I really like this green, which is strange because I don't like green in general. I don't hate it. There's nothing wrong with green. It's just not my jam. But I actually really do like this green. And this yarn is pretty nice to crochet with. Maybe I've gotten used to it. I don't know. But I'm going to be using a 5mm hook for this. The hook size on the label is 4.5. I'm going to do a 5. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna do I'm thinking V-stitch, just like something simple, nothing crazy, because I'm still not feeling the greatest. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is probably just a simple like 2-row color alternating V-stitch for this shirt. So I'll be making a front panel. Two front panels. I wanted to be open. Or maybe should I do it closed? I'm going to do it open. So I'm going to make one back panel, 2 front ones, and then I'm going to do a short sleeve once it's connected. And we're going to call it a day. I don't want to do like buttons or anything on the front. So I have to make the front panels a little bit wider so that it can like be kind of closed but mostly open, because I'm going to be of course wearing a shirt underneath it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So something, like I said, something real easy, nothing crazy. I just really want to do something that I'm going to wear, so this will be used. It's not cold here yet. I mean, like it's starting to dip down though, like temperature wise. I think we're in the lower 80s now. We had a couple days, like I think yesterday we're in the 70s, so that was cool. So we still have quite a ways before the temperature drops completely here. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully anyone else who's been sick recently is feeling better. A little bit longer. And we're gonna get through this together. That BB was my dryer, by the way. So yeah, this is the only skein of white that I have in this type of yarn, but I have 2 skeins of this. We'll have this and then an open one. I don't think I'm not too concerned about running out of white. What I might end up doing is like maybe doing white and green up until maybe like right here, and then do green the rest of the way up, so it's not all the way. Or I can maybe do white and green on the front, like the front panels and the back one, and then do the sleeves green. I don't know. I really hope, this is a lot of yarn, but this can go pretty fast, so I'm going to probably just end up doing something like that where it doesn't go all the way up. Because like I said, I don't have any more of this and I can't get more of this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'll be back when I have some progress. Okay, so I'm back with an update. I've done some rows, nothing crazy. I did do a granny stitch row to see if I would like a V-stitch and a granny together. The answer to that question is no, but I'm not gonna frog it because it's not that big of a deal. But I decided to do 2 rows of green and 1 row of white, just to try to preserve this as much as I can. I'm still having concerns though about whether or not I'll have enough, but we're gonna just So I'm gonna just go with it. Unfortunately, I don't have any colors that would go with this green if I were to run out of white. So I'm still thinking of doing white up until a certain point and then green the rest of the way. I don't want this to look weird though. I don't know. I mean, maybe I can just do the back. Okay, wait. This is what I can do. I can do the back panel with the green and the white. Then maybe I can do the front panels green and then have like 2 or 3 rows of white on the front panel. And the rest of it be green. And then the sleeves will be green. I hope that doesn't look weird. I don't want it to look weird. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll do the rest of the back panel the way that I'm doing now. 2 rows of green, 1 row of white. And then once I finish that, then I'll figure out how I'm going to disperse the white between the 2 front panels. I think if I do this in a smart way, I'll be good. But I don't want to make any major decisions until I'm done with the back panel. So I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna try to decide what the plan is for the front. Y'all, so today is Monday. I'm off work, so I've started working on my project for the day. Here's what it's looking like so far. Looking pretty nice. I decided to do, I don't know if I told y'all, maybe I did, 2 rows of green and then 1 row of white. I've had to get into my second skein of the green already, and I wound it up. This isn't all of the yarn that I have left. I have some over there. The skein just gave like a big cake, and then I have 1 more little cake that I'll wind up when I get there. I'm still having a little bit of a concern on if I have enough yarn. I mean, I should, but I want to get into a little bit of insurance just in case. So what I'm gonna do is, like, this right here is 14 inches. I want to get it to like 24 inches. So that means I would need to do 20 more rows. So what I'm going to do is, right now at this point, I'm going to cut my yarn. I want to say cut it, but just not attach the green. And I'm going to take this, put off to the side, and I'm going to start the front panels. So I want to make them at least the same length as this, so like it's all the same length. And then at that point I can decide, okay, will this be a crop situation, or can I distribute the yarn and make all the parts longer at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm like, will this be either a crop situation, or will it be a vest, so there won't be any sleeves? Like, there's just a lot of questions surrounding that. And if I do decide to make it into a vest, I still want enough yarn to at least do a single crochet border around the armholes to kind of clean that up. And then I'll just do the same pattern of, 2 green, 1 white, until I can get them all the same size, and then we'll figure out from there. So that's what I'm gonna work on now. It seems like either a crop situation or a vest. It looks like it's gonna be one of those two. I don't know, and I don't even know which one I'd rather it be. I mean, either way I'm gonna wear it because I like it. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. And I just bought some shirts yesterday. I bought some long sleeve shirts that I could wear under short sleeve shirts. And I need to go buy some more. But that'll be perfectly fine to wear with this over it. Like I got one white, black, blue, and like a pink, like a light pink. So if I wore this over a white one, that'd be kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. So I wouldn't be upset if it ended up being cropped or a vest, because I still can wear this. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and then once I have some more time to think about it and I monitor the yarn situation, then I'll let you know what we're gonna do. Okay, so I have an update. I am working the first front panel. I measured it a second ago. I'm at 6 inches, so I'm almost halfway done because I need 14 inches total. And then as soon as I'm done with this one, then I'm going to start the second one. Yarn check, here's where I'm at now. I'm running, well, I'm not running low, but I'm heading towards running low on the white, and I have this. But I still have the rest of the original skeins over there that I haven't wound yet for the white and for the green. So I feel pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna run out by the time I get to the end of the second panel. So we're just gonna keep going. And I mean, I should be able to get both the panels done today. I mean, this goes pretty quick. But yeah, so I'll be back when I'll probably check in with y'all when I'm done with this first panel. And we'll start the second one. Okay, so it's a bit later in the day, as you can tell, but I did finish this panel, and it is the same number of rows and size as the back panel, so we're doing well. I started on the second front panel, and here is the yarn I have left of both colors before I wind up the little bit that's left over there. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to just call it by the time I get to the top. Once I finish the second panel, which shouldn't take me that long, I'm going to grab some stitch markers and I'm going to pin the tops together, so that I can put it on without having it sew together. I'm going to put it on and see how long it is, and if I can add any more to it at the bottom, but I don't think I will. But if I do put it on and I like what's going on, and I don't feel like I need to add anything on the bottom, then I'll go ahead and sew them together and I'll be done. The last part, which will probably take the longest, is weaving in all these ends. And in this video, I'm going to weave in my ends. I'm going to weave them in. I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to open that new pack of yarn needles that I have. I'm going to weave in the ends. I can't leave them like this. Like, there's so many, I can't do that. So, especially if I'm gonna sew them together, it's gonna look crazy. So, I'm going to weave my ends in. What did I start this on? I started this on Saturday. Did I start on Saturday? Or did I start it yesterday? I don't remember. I think I started this yesterday. And I'm about to finish it today. Look at me, you know, when it really counts, you know, when it really counts, I can pull it out. I'm so happy, honestly. It's something like I did it really fast, and it's something that I actually like and that I anticipate wearing. So this is exciting. Look at me. Anyway, I'm on a roll. I don't want to slow myself down. So let me get back to it, and maybe at the halfway point, I'll give y'all an update, because I'm probably going to be running out of one or both of these colors by then. So I will check in with y'all in a second. What? No. Yeah. I'll be back. All right, y'all. So today is Tuesday. I have finished the 2 front panels and the back panel of this vest. So today we will be finishing this up. As I was just holding this up, I know y'all can see I have a bunch of ends to weave in, and I do have my metal needle to do it with. So I will be weaving in the ends right now. I mean, it would be so nice if I can just tie them and then cut them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually weave them in because I don't want it to look weird when I go to sew it in later. So I'm going to be here for a while. That's the part that's not going to be fun, but that's okay. That is okay. We're going to weave in these ends. Oh my God, I have so many of them. I'm not going to lie. I can't guarantee they're not going to be tied together and cut at some point because I have 3 full panels to do this with on both sides because there were a lot of color changes involved, as y'all could tell. But that's okay. I think I'm just more excited that I will be finishing this shirt today. That's what I'm really excited. Or vest. I'm sorry. I keep calling it a shirt because it was meant to be a shirt. Oh, speaking of, okay, so let me show you. I did say that after I was done, I was going to look at my yarn situation and figure out what I was going to do. So this is the yarn situation. This is the last of my green. This is the last of my white. Now I could be like, oh, well, I can just add some length to it. But the problem is, my dryer keeps going off. The problem with that though is that I'm going to need this green for other things. So even though I'm done crocheting the main part, I still have to sew it together, which I'm going to sew it with the green. Then I want to do a single crochet border around both the armholes and then down the part in the front. And I'm going to do that in the green. So I'm not going to have enough green to add to the bottom of each panel because I have to do the finishing parts in the green. I'd rather do it in green than white. So the length that this is going to be is the length it's going to be. I'm really excited to get this finished. This is going to look so nice. And I'm happy that I'm using up cotton. I've been trying to use up this cotton for months. For absolute months. I mean, yeah, I'll have some left over, but I used a lot of it for this. Especially the green. I use a lot of it. So I'm thinking of trying to come up with one final project to use up the rest of this Joann cotton with. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but I'm gonna try to think of like some final project to do with it so I can just finally just use the rest of it and be done, you know what I mean? So if y'all have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I can always use some ideas, let me tell you. Okay, so I did all the ends. I'm doing really well right now. I do not have any unresolved ends right now. I just attached this green yarn. I'm going to go around the armhole and do just a nice 1 row single crochet, nothing crazy. And then I'm going to do the same thing along the like the inner border of the vest, and then after that I'm gonna be done. So pretty excited for that. All right. This is what I'm talking about. A little crop situation. It's looking pretty nice. So I weaved in all my ends. I did my crochet border on the armhole and on the front. I like it. Let me take it off so y'all can see it a little bit closer. This is what we're dealing with. It's been a long time since I've had a fully completed garment. Completely done. That's it. So, obviously, that's a dub. And obviously, we're not at the end of the video. So thank you so much for joining me this week in me whipping out a whole vest in like 2 days. I mean, technically today was day 3, so fine, in 3 days. I'm glad I'm not sick anymore. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm sounding a lot better. I'm glad I got this done. I'm glad that I like it. I'm glad I used up some yarn. I'm glad I actually wove in my ends so I don't have to do it later. There's a lot of good things going on right now this week. So thank y'all for joining me through all of that. If you want to see more content like this going forward, then feel free to subscribe and join me for my weekly crochet tomfoolery and shenanigans. I'm here every Friday. Join me every Friday. I'll be so happy to have y'all here. Thank you for anyone who watches my videos. I'm very grateful for y'all. And between this Friday and next, y'all be nice to yourselves and everybody else. Crochet something and y'all stay safe. I'll see you next time.